extraterrestrial aliens in Delphi, Greece, since antiquity, and concerning this strange documentary. And what connection could a well-known science fiction film starring Sigourney Weaver, and which includes the most famous male birth scene in the history of cinema, have with ancient Greece? Alexander Phillips' extremely interesting and original recent 2019 documentary film essay titled Memory: The Origins of Alien addresses the philosophical ideas, unconscious fears, and artistic, mythological, and theological influences behind Ridley Scott's legendary film Alien from 1979. Memory also discusses the fatal meeting of creative geniuses such as H.R. Giger, Dan O'Bannon, and Scott himself, as well as the enormous cultural impact that the film has had and continues to have since then. However, the Greek audiences will find additional interest in the unexpected opening shots and the first scene, the significance of which is explained throughout the documentary as reported by a Greek article. And the introduction to Memory comes from the distant 25th of May 1979, the year that Alien exploded in cinemas. Footage, which is not specified to who's shot it, shows the famous ruins of the ancient temple of Apollo in Delphi. On the stones with the ancient Greek inscriptions, we see in close-up various insects walking, spiders, beetles, etc. And immediately after that, a particularly terrifying scene follows, with three elderly women wearing white robes, lying as if dead, and a background that refers to the characteristic techno-organic design sets of Scott's film, which in turn, dark, claustrophobic, labyrinthine, and wet, refer to some kind of a womb. The three women resemble the witches from Macbeth and have pointed teeth like the alien Mother Queen from Alien. And see also the Freudian term vagina dentata, Greek vagina with teeth, while their eyes are as black as a black hole. The particular Greek interest here lies in the fact that, as we're informed, these are the Erinyes, terrifying deities of ancient Greek mythology. As they slowly rise, the spectators hear an eerie voice that begins to speak in ancient Greek. The voice belongs to the ghost of Clytemnestra, who awakens the Erinyes to avenge the murder of her and her lover, Aegisthus, by her son Orestes. And as confirmed from Fandon website, the scene is taken from Aeschylus' ancient tragedy Evmenides. Specifically, one of the Erinyes utters the line, "The stench of human blood smiles at me." That's the translation from English. The fact that this phrase had made a particular impression on the famous Anglo-Irish painter Francis Bacon, whose triptych Three Studies for Figures at the Base of a Crucifix depicts the Erinyes from Aeschylus' Oresteia, and which was the main inspiration for the design of the phallic alien infant with teeth that adorns John Hart's chest in Alien, is just one of the reasons that justify all these references to ancient Greek mythology, literature, dramaturgy, and more generally to ancient Greek culture, which are made in a documentary about a film about an alien parasite. One of the interviewees in the documentary openly compares the monster in the film to the Furies. Also, one of the people who speaks in the documentary, both in relation to the Furies and the temple at Delphi, the connection is that Orestes, after the matricide, fled for protection as a suppliant to the temple of Apollo in Delphi. Is Denise Demetriou, the doctor of classics and professor of ancient Greek history, with a specialization, as I read in her academic profile, in cross-cultural interactions between Greeks and non-Greeks. It's also no coincidence that one of the recent Alien prequels, again directed by Scott, is titled Prometheus. Memory hints or openly states that ruins such as those of the Temple of Apollo at Delphi, which reappear in similar shots halfway through and at the end of Memory, and moments of ancient civilizations such as the Egyptian one, were a clear inspiration for the creators of the 1939 film Alien long before its production. And it's not so much about the well-known Eric von Daniken-style theories about alien civilizations that left behind remnants of some ancient technology on Earth, although Scott himself, especially in the recent Preludes, plays with these ideas. This particular documentary, however, focuses, as stated earlier, on the eclectic artistic C. Lovecraft, Roger Corman's B-movies, theological, philosophical, scientific, mythological influences of the creators, and as well as on the primal fears in our collective consciousness, the unconscious, which, as memory claims, are responsible for the film's indelible imprint on mass culture. All of these desperate references, along with countless others, are refracted and kaleidoscopically confused in a hypertext, a dizzying mise en abîme, and an awe-inspiring palimpsest, and against the background of which we view and interpret, consciously or unconsciously, Scott's film. And at the same time, and inevitably, anyone who sees memory will never see Delphi with the same eyes again, according to reports. And this, I'll leave a link below for you for the Memory Origins of Alien official trailer as well. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. My Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.